if you're, if you don't believe in a future life, then and you might be like, well, I'm scared of death, or I don't really want to die, I'd like to keep living, or whatever it may be, right? So we're all already considering all these things, and it's just this is the first opportunity we're going to get as humans to have these things that we desire, you know. So once these things do come to pass, there's going to be a lot of big problems. The big problems are, what do we do with this? What if we make the games of life so boring that it's not worth living anymore? How do we keep it interesting? How do we maintain our individual selves? What about humanity will be left? What if we make it that we don't even need to eat anymore? Does that mean we're even human? What if we don't feel suffering or sadness? Like, I only want to feel happiness. Does that mean we get rid of the juice of life? So these are the questions that will come into pass. And what if, what if some people own the AI or the robots or whatever, and they're like, what? I really don't like that there's so many people with so many demands. What if there's millions of people who want more new bodies and new kids, and they want more kids, they want this, and they want more space, and the people in central that are, sort of own these platforms saying, oh, well, I don't really like you guys are really annoying, and they have the power to wipe you out. So what do we do about that, and I made another video about that, which is like decentralization, how to sort of fight, if you have a central power, how to fight the central power, So that's my thoughts on that. I hope that was helpful and not just gibberish. Enjoy the next few years as this version of humans. We'll never get it back again. Your kids will be facing a very different world. You'll be facing a very different world. Be excited that we're going to be able to have the choice whether you just want to stay human and eventually die at old age, or do you want to merge in with a version of artificial intelligence and then live with lots of different options and ideas. And I guess the message is like, I'm always very confused on what do we do? Do we run a business? Do we do this? Do we invest money? Do we do this? How do we predict the future? What are the rules of the game of the future? But I'm like, and it's all very confusing, because the more you think about it, you're like, well, everything's very volatile in the world right now. This is happening, that's happening. Land value's up, land value may drop. This war may happen, this may not happen. This is happening, this country's doing well. Everything's very volatile, right? But I hope this gives you some kind of perspective in this volatility. Enjoy these last years of, whatever it is, and in a funny way, I read the religious texts, and they talk about one day there will be like a rapture, like a where God will come and judge the world, So it's almost like that at the moment. I'm not saying God is coming to judge the world. It feels like this is a human creation, whether there was some kind of power behind this or whatever it may be, or it's just natural that artificial intelligence will merge from humanity, as something biological like humans eventually get to a point where it just, evolves into a thinking computers. I guess I don't have any more thoughts on it. Hopefully it's helpful. I know I probably sound crazy, but I guess I'm not going to apologize for it, because you're going to have to face this reality one way or the other, So, we're facing a lot of issues in the world right now: political, wars, money, resources, this, that, kids, education. Everyone's facing these many issues in the world, immigration issues, race issues, this, crime, murders, deaths, this, that. Everyone's facing a lot of these issues. and religious wars or whatever. But I think the one thing that we're all not thinking about is the biggest change is what I'm mentioning now. We are going to change from a worm to a butterfly. So I'm not saying this is a good thing. Again, I'm not saying that I invented this. I'm just giving the message, you know what I mean? I'm just giving the message. Get ready for it.